I'm Bill Snodgrass, and in this coffee chat, I want to pick up on a concept that I developed a little bit in yesterday's SNAPlife episode. I had a comment from one of the viewers who said that that while thinking and feeling were related, your physical condition is also related to how you feel. And I want to pick up with that and kind of flesh out. In the SNAPlife video, I did not have enough time to go into the full explanation. So yes, that is true. Now, before I go into this video, let me just say this. I am not proposing this video is a replacement for professional mental health or medical advice. If you're in a situation where you're desperate, you just can't figure out what to do, go see a professional, go see your general practitioner, or go to the emergency room and let them, get you into a program where you can get some professional help. This video is going to talk about this model. Kind of, you can look at it as sort of an academic overview of the counseling model. And it might be helpful, in some cases where you can go, well, I'll try that. But don't forego the professional mental health and professional medical help that you might need just because you watch this video. That said, let's jump in. So when I was in graduate school for counseling, we had to go through a semester of clinical models, and at the end we had to integrate them all into sort of like our working approach to a situation. And so this video is kind of derived from that, and I used this approach for years when I was in counseling and working at the mental hospital. I used this approach with a lot of different people. And so it is based primarily on the cognitive behavioral therapy mode. And so in that mode, there is an acknowledgement of a relationship between what you do, what you feel, and what you think. And it is a bidirectional connection. And that is a very, very true aspect. So anyone can think a thought that makes them feel sad. You can think a thought that makes you feel happy, and vice versa. But if you're already feeling a certain way, that feeling is going to influence what you think. So it is hard to directly change the way you feel. It is easier to change what you think and let your thoughts run resistance to the feelings that are trying to pull your thoughts down. Thinking can also lead to actions. You can think, I would like some more coffee, and that's going to lead to the action of getting the coffee and drinking it. Drinking the coffee is clearly going to change thoughts. You're going to put that coffee in your mouth, and the physical action of doing that is going to trigger thoughts of, ooh, this is good, or ooh, this is hot, or I wish this were hotter, or wow, not too much cream next time. Those kinds of thoughts are directly a result of what you do. If you play music that is full of negative imagery and negative concepts and those sorts of things, listening to that music is going to trigger thoughts about negativity and negative things and negative whatevers, and those negative thoughts are going to trigger feelings. So the action leads directly to thoughts, which leads directly to feelings. If you read a motivational poem, it's going to trigger thoughts, and those thoughts are going to trigger feelings. And actions can directly influence feelings. If you go out and run 10 miles, that's going to make you feel a certain way. If you go exercise a little bit, if you walk briskly down the corridor to the vending machine, that action of literally just getting up and walking will change the way you feel. It will create a higher level of arousal and energy, and that is going to lead to higher levels of thought, more positive thoughts. So the connection between thinking, feeling, and actions is very, 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 very strong. Whatever you think of that you can do. So if you're really feeling unmotivated and you're really feeling bummed out and you really don't want to do anything, those feelings can be changed simply by getting up and doing something. And this is a true reality. The physical act of getting up and doing something. Get up and go load the dishwasher. And although they may trigger some negative thoughts about why are these dishes piled up, the physical action itself will energize the whole system and give you perhaps enough push to go to the next level. However, there is another layer, a layer below thoughts, feelings, and actions that I would argue needs to be examined, and that is your general physical health. If you are physically ill, that is going to affect what you feel. That is going to affect what you can or cannot do. That is going to affect what you think. If you have the flu, you don't feel good. You don't feel like loading the dishwasher or walking around the block. You physically are ill. That affects your emotional state. That affects your ability to act. And when it hurts to take a deep breath, you probably do not need to go hit the treadmill. When there is a physical pain, after coming out of one of my surgeries, first time through, there was a lot of physical pain associated with standing up, and everybody wanted me to walk, and I pushed through that a little bit to walk a little bit, and little by little, the act of walking itself, which they try to get you to do that in the hospital all the time now, it's like, hey, go walk around, drag your IV pole around. I made a video when I was in the hospital recently, back where I was dragging my IV pole around. There's a link. The act of actually getting up and moving around affects your physical state, but your physical state, your health is going to affect what you're capable of doing physically. There's another piece that doesn't necessarily fit this model, but it is what you do and how the world reacts to it. And when you act and the world reacts positively, it's going to influence how you feel and think about the thing you did. When the world reacts negatively, if you process that logically, then that's going to also. So that's kind of this comprehensive model that has your body, your physical state, layered on which are your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. And all of these four things work together. They work together to create your overall sense of where you are in the world and how things are going. And if you feel bad, then changing the way you think and changing what you do is a way of improving how you feel, emotional feel. If you feel bad physically, then your thoughts and your actions can trickle down and improve your physical health a little bit. But if you feel bad physically, that is going to trickle up and affect what you're able to do, how you feel, and even to some extent what you think. So all four of those pieces work together. Now, if you have a theological grounding to your vision of self and your place in the universe, I'm going to add a fifth aspect to this. I'm going to put it on a different channel I have that is, I'll just throw the card up here if you want to go over and see this sort of a theological addition to this model. But if you don't want to do that, then we're done here. Click the like button, subscribe to the channel, sign up for notifications, leave me a comment, question, or suggestion. That is all for this coffee chat. I was in the SILIAR mug again today because it was left out from the last time I had coffee. It was just sitting on my desk, and I was like, I'll use that one. That's it. See you in the next one.